Well, it says I'm live, so apparently I am. I'm just slightly brain dead, that's all. I managed to round up quarters. I managed to feel well enough to do a show. And then I managed to misplace the state quarters book that we only need 2 quarters for. That's probably because I haven't done a show for about a month. So pretty easy to lose things. And also because right over here in this corner where I have my office, we had this zoomy zoom guy where I have my office. Hang on. We had a guy from the fire department that had to come in last week and open all the windows because some chemical fumes got in the building. And so now I can't find the book, but I have the quarters, so as soon as I find the book, we will do that part of the grand production. It really isn't the night for the Lodo coin collecting show anyway, but I chose to do it, so I just make people mad right and left and sideways. Anyway, first I'm gonna give y'all a laugh. I don't have my camera set up on me because frankly, as sick as I have been, they could use parts of me for Frankenstein's monster right now, so I don't really want to be on camera. But I do have a laugh. I'm not known for doing mail calls too much, mostly because I haven't been getting that much mail. But I got to show you this. I want to see if I can do it with the microscope. This is my mail call, folks. I went to the post office box today. And see if I can do this. This is my mail. Bill, this guy Bill, he really likes me, I guess. Another bill, another bill, another bill, another bill, and another bill. Da-da-da! This is what happens when your income gets chopped by a greedy, selfish ex-spouse who, yeah, anyway, that's the bills I can't pay because of my divorce and because of my health issues. So that was my mail call today. Nothing but a big fat pile of bills. So since I can't find the book I was looking for, it kind of changed the whole production of the show. Hello, Sandy Johnson. How are you this evening? Glad to see you. Glad to see ya. I don't know if you guys got to see the picture of the bus. Haven't got it yet. It's about an hour away from me. I need to. I have the money for pretty much for the motorhome. What I do not have is the money for the title transfer and the tags and all of that. So I'm still you know, and of course gas money and so forth. So right now I'm still a couple grand short. I'm going to be doing this week, probably starting on Friday. I will be doing a whole bunch of auction items and buy it nows in a variety of categories. I'm even gonna tonight. I'm gonna do two or three. I'm thinking maybe two. One, yeah, two little auctions tonight. Just a sample. I'm still looking for the 1 penny. I found one of the pennies that I needed for the book to fill this book so it can go. So I got to go through my S pennies and find a 1968 S, and then we will have this lovely Lincoln Cent book completed, and it will be sold. Pretty much about 90% of what I own is going to be sold, because that's what it's going to take to get me to where I need to be as far as medical facilities. This week they have made me so sick with procedures. I seriously thought they had killed me on Tuesday, but no, on Monday. Yesterday was actually an interesting experience. I had to have 2 MRIs done, and one of the, well, they were looking to see if I have a brain. No, they were looking to see if the neurological problem is being caused by something in my brain. But when I went in to get the MRIs done, one of the coolest things that ever happened to me in a medical procedure occurred, and that was they're putting me in the MRI machine, and the lady said, "Would you like to listen to some music?" And I'm like, "Music?" You know, I'm a musician, so you know. And so I said, "What kind of music?" And she says, "Well, what kind of music do you like?" I said, "You got any classic rock?" And she puts the headphones on me, and so for the 2-hour and 10-minute MRIs, I'm lying in the thing, and yes, you're hearing all the weird MRI machine noises, but I'm listening to Led Zeppelin and the Kinks and the Stones and George Harrison, and my hardest thing was to not dance, you know, because you're not supposed to move, and I'm wanting to rock in there. But it was so cool to be able to listen to the music. It uh-oh, big country, put your clothes on, young man, right now. Right now. We don't want none of your nakedness running around up in here. You might give me some of them germs. So anyway, that was kind of, I got to go back and have 2 more done next week. So, let's see, what quarters are these now? Like I said, I have misplaced the book that I was trying to finish, but I know which 2 quarters are missing from it. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these real quick. And if I find those 2 quarters, that'll be just dandy, because I happen to know we are missing from that book Washington and Utah. So I'm just going to flip through these real quick, and I will find the book tomorrow. I'm sure it's here somewhere. So we might as well just start out looking for Washington and Utah, and looking for my glove. If you see strange, like white spots on my hands, I've been painting some things that I'm going to try to sell on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if you guys have seen the picture of the motorhome. We had two of them sell out from under me, and one of them was really done in a rotten way. You know, she's like, okay, you know, I'll meet you for the money, and then I show up and she's not there, and the motorhome's not there, and that was crap. But the one that I have lined up now is, we're pretty good to go. It's a 32 footer. It's a biggie. I can live in it. And it's got new tires. It's in pretty good shape for what it is. It's about an hour away from me. I have most of the money to pay for it. I just have to be able to pay for the title transfer and gas and insurance, and that's not cheap. So I've got these big auction things coming up this weekend, and I will also posted some links if you just want to make a donation. There's that one, which is the GoFundMe. These are listed in the stream. Then there's the PayPal. And then I have this new one that I got because I need somebody else I knew did not do PayPal, and it's called Cash App. And so there's the Cash App, and those are all listed in the stream. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of practice on doing streams. I've been sick, I don't know, since April. The last time I remember being online was April 11th, as far as like actually trying to do a show. I went metal detecting that day and became violently ill. I was seeing triple, and it felt like somebody was sticking a knife in my head. And things have not really gotten better until I took control of my own medications last, let's see, it was 7 or 8 days ago. I'm not taking any medicine they did not give me. I am just taking the medication they gave me in a different order and a different time frame. And by spacing it properly, I have not had another one of those bad attacks. I still have the terrible headache, and sometimes I have some speech problems. Well, we're going to save this Puerto Rico because I happen to know that book that I'm working on is one that does not have separate spaces for the territories. So I will add that into the envelope. I do not need that one. I will probably go tomorrow, if I am feeling able to drive, and pick up another state book, and we'll start a new one. I kept the first one that we filled. Now these are for those of you who are not familiar with my show, which normally is a Monday night thing. Usually Wednesday's my metal detecting, but I felt good enough to do a show, and people were asking about the quarters. So I figured I'd do that instead. But anyway, we do our books strictly from car wash quarters. I go down the street, I get some money out of my ATM. I go down to the car wash, get my change, wash my car, and bring the rest of the change home and sort through and see if we can fill a book. And we have filled 2 so far, and most of a state park one. I'm still working on my parks book. I have not completed one of those yet. I am going to auction off a couple of items here in just a little bit, and it's just to give you a random sampling. Pretty much I'm going to start auctioning things off probably on Friday, and there will be several different things going on. There will be auctions going on. There will also be buy it nows. Now, there will also be multiple categories. We will, of course, have coinage and metal detecting things, but we will also have some of my handcrafted jewelry. We will have some, what I'm just going to call flea market finds. We will have collectibles. There may be some rock and roll stuff in there. There will be jewelry that was not handmade by me, just jewelry items. Somebody asked if there would be some guy things, and there are some there's some kids baseball stuff, baseball gloves, bat, uniform, pants. There's also some golf stuff. There's some men's jewelry. There might even be a few tools. So yes, there will be things for men as well as ladies. Basically, I will be selling about 80 to 90% of what I own for 2 reasons. Number one, that's how much money it's going to take to get me back to Michigan, where I can get proper medical treatment at what is, there's my place right there in Michigan. University of Michigan has the 3rd best hospital in the country, and I have been part of a couple of their studies on autoimmune disorders, which have kept me alive. So since I really do not have a support system here in Virginia, and the one person that really is my support system will be moving not too awful long from now, I need to put myself where I am in the best position to get good health care. And I have a lot of friends in Michigan from living there for several years who will make sure that I can get to my appointments and am fed and things like that. So, and I miss Michigan. I didn't realize how much I was going to miss it until I left it, but I didn't have any choice. My house got flooded. So it's going to take a lot of money to move me back up there and get me into a healthy situation again. So a lot of this stuff I've been hauling around for years. I have come to the realization that unless it is a family heirloom or something that I just absolutely cannot replace, I don't need to take it with me. So we will be sizing ourselves down to a 32-foot motorhome. The back room of the motorhome, which I don't know why they always put the bedroom back where the generator is, but they do that all the time. And I'm not going to sleep back there. I'm going to turn that into a combination of where my medical supplies live and a work desk for me to have my computer and hopefully still be able to have the mental and physical capacity to continue making jewelry, because I sell that. I did a lot of different markets when I was in Michigan, helped support myself, and so that will be another part of what's happening. Okay, let's look here in my National Park Quarters folder. I'm still missing a lot of the early 2010, 2011, and 2012. 2013, I'm missing 2. And then I have everything up until 2019. So I'm still trying to fill my first of these books, because this book has spaces for both the Philadelphia and the Denver mint marks. It's taking a long time to fill because it's 2 of everything. So hopefully I will fill it. This looks like a river of no return. It's a P, and I'm pretty sure I already have it. But I like to look at them and make sure I put a nicer one in my book if available. And of course, occasionally, we have found a couple of W's in here. We also found a silver not too long ago. That was pretty exciting. The night we found the silver, I about had to go down and buy some diapers because I about peed myself when I found the silver in there. But that's what started this whole project, was when I was living down in Georgia. I almost put a silver quarter in the car wash, and I realized just before I dropped it that it felt different, and that's what's got me looking at car wash quarters. So we're still looking at the car wash quarters all this time later, and eventually we're going to fill a book or find another W. Or I think last time I did a show, we did find one of the Tuskegee ones that had just come out. So that was exciting. I had found a Tuskegee Airman P, and they hadn't been out very long, so that was kind of a neat thing to have found. I have all my salt rivers, unless of course a W wants to jump out at me. I started to say I appreciate people watching me, and then I looked up and realized there is nobody watching me. So apparently I have no longer got an audience. It's unfortunate. It's going to be kind of hard to sell my stuff if I have no audience. But that's okay. If I have to, I'll figure out a way to sell it. I'll get somebody to sell it for me. but I'm gonna have to. I got to make some money, or I'm gonna die. I mean that people think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. If I cannot get to the medical care that I need, I will die. It's just that simple. And I live right now in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, and every time I have to go to the doctor, it's like 100 miles or more round trip. Yesterday I had to go all the way to Roanoke. Oh no, I'm sorry, Radford. Last week I went to Roanoke. It's I can't afford it. You know, I absolutely have to make this move. Ah, there's my Mikey with a grilled cheese and ooh, grilled cheeseburgers and mac and cheese. That sounds good. That sounds really good, Mikey. That's I think when I'm done doing this show, I'm going to make me some mac and cheese. That really does sound like something that I would like to have. My niece brought me some last week that was homemade, and I pigged out and I ate the whole container because it was homemade. It wasn't like, you know, craft box or something. It was really really good, and yeah, I'm glad to hear you're getting unpacked and settled in. I think you'll really like it down there, Mikey. Florida is there's so much stuff you can do in Florida, and I wish I could live there, but because of my medical situation, for one thing, it tears my allergies up, but also their Medicaid won't pay for one of my very expensive. Oh, there's a Tuskegee 2021. I hope it's a D because I need the D. It's a P, but I'm going to keep it in case somebody needs the airmen. But yeah, I am going to try before I go to Michigan to go to Florida on an excursion on the Medical Magic Bus so that I can take some things down to my brother and yeah, some family items that don't need to be bouncing around that I can take down to his house, and also see my brother before I go north. I haven't seen him since the very beginning of the COVID thing last year, and so there'll be a little shakedown, and then I've got some mechanical buddies down there that I got a couple of little adjustments I'm gonna have them do to the RV. Race car fabricating people that I know that'll do what I want done and do it right. So Salt River Bay 20P. I don't think I need that one. Yeah, I cannot believe I can't find the other book. It's here. What is this? United States of America, crossing the Delaware, $quarter. 2021. I have not seen this before. This is a newbie. So we have a space down here. There's some blank 2021 spaces in the book. So we will definitely keep that. I had not seen that coin before. I don't know. Let me pull it back out. You're the eagle eye there, Mikey. I don't think it is. I think it's actually part of the design. On the bottom of the coin. I'm not sure where you're, because everything I'm looking at looks like it's part of the water, or unless you're talking about this area. I need a pointer. My dirty fingernail with paint on it is not a good pointer. Through the R and the T. Yeah, that possibly. But I don't think it is. I think that is a wide strip of the design. Like, it's hard for me to do this left-handed. This right here, I think, is just another part of this design up here, but not sure. I'll just put it in the book backwards and have somebody who knows more about it than I do take a closer look with a better scope. But that's the first time I've ever seen that coin. So we'll see if we find another one and see if it looks the same. That sometimes that's what I have to do, is I'll go find another one, or find a photograph and see if I can make two that look the same. If I find two that look the same, then I know it's part of the design and not actually a die crack or anything like that. But yeah, I've never seen that coin before. That's right out of the car wash. Excuse me. 2020. Tall grass prairie. But I need the D. Yeah, has anybody else seen that coin before? That was a new one for me. 2017. I felt bad for my neighbor. I have a neighbor that you just can't tell him anything. And he ended up buying these 2 cheap copies of some of the new coins that are coming out. He was so excited about it, and I just didn't even want to tell him, hey, dude, you just got ripped off, because I'd have been arguing with him forever. But I felt bad because he knows I collect coins. He should have come and asked me before he bought them, but that's the way it happens sometimes. American Memorial Park. I need a D, but it's a pay. Yeah, I have not seen one like physically until today. I've seen a picture of it online, but yeah, I never saw that quarter, especially come out of the car wash change machine. That was kind of cool. Perry's Victory. I already have that one. Well, at least they gave us a new quarter. I would have preferred to find my other Tuskegee Airman quarter, but I'll take what I can get. It's been so long since I've been able to even drive my car that it was exciting just to go to the car wash. Tuskegee Airmen, please be a D because I need the D. Oh, please, 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 please. It's a pay. Yeah, I haven't been able to drive much. Had a lot of problem with my vision and double and triple vision. And just in the last week or so, I've got that kind of under control. The problem is the medications that they have me on now, they're not going to let me stay on them. Ooh, here's another one. Here's another one. Okay, see, Mikey, it's exactly the same on this one. So that it's not a die crack. It's part of the design because it's exactly the same. Yeah, you'll see some eventually. We used to go fishing out in the Gulf, and we'd go out a little ways, and then we'd kill the motor and drop anchor and just drift, and then we would see dolphins. They would come right up to the boat. Go down to the Keys. They have them so tame down there you can swim with them. Okay, here's another Tuskegee. Please be a D. I really, really need the D. Yeah, it seems kind of silly. I was going to auction some stuff off, but I only have 4 people that are even watching me anymore, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just hold off on that. I've lost all my times for my shows. I pretty much lost everything when I got sick. And that's the end. But I did get the new quarter, so it was not a total failure. Getting closer to filling my national park book. So instead of actually having the auction, I guess I could just show you some stuff that I'm gonna be auctioning. I haven't gone through my coins yet completely, but I have this little lot here that I'm gonna do as a lot of 3. It's a 64, pretty nice 64 Kennedy, a 68D Kennedy. He's a little worse for wear, but nonetheless, silver is silver. And then a 65 Kennedy, and I'm gonna be auctioning those as a lot. And then I have this SMI troy ounce of silver that will be going up for auction. I'm going to say probably on Saturday will be when I'm doing the silver. Then I have a couple of, I have some mint sets. I have a lot. I have some foreign coins. Now, if you happen to see something that you have given me as a gift and I am auctioning it off, do not be offended, because I am auctioning it to pay for my health care, which means that the gift you gave me is going to help keep me alive. So I have some foreign coins. I think I got these from Miss Southern Belle, maybe, or Mikey, I'm not sure. 1966 Philippines, 25 centavos. Now, this one is actually a Philippines coin. And the reason I point that out is because some of the Philippines coins are actually backed by the United States when the United States was in control, especially in the 40s during the war. I love Mexican coins. I kind of hate to part with them, but this is a 1994 Mexican coin. Oops. Get her turned around there. There you go. Very nice. Costa Rica, 2005. I will be going through coins tomorrow, and that's why I said it would be Friday or Saturday before the coin auction part starts. I was going to auction a few off tonight, but since there's only 3 people, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm kind of at a loss. I can't believe I lost the book. That's a little frustrating. The other thing I'm going to have to do, and I don't want to, is I am going to have to get into my box that has the rings that I have found while metal detecting and pull the gold ones out, with the exception of the first one. I'm not getting rid of it. And I'm not getting rid of the crucifix ring. But there's 2 or 3 other gold rings in there that I found that I'm going to weigh them out, see what their melt value is, and then go down the street and see what a big liar the guy down the road is. I mean, I understand he has to make a profit, but last time I took something in there, he tried to tell me it was worth like $10, and I knew it was worth more like $90. And I called him on it. Well, I'm about done anyway. I had hoped I would have more people, but I picked a bad time. I just wanted to come on and let people know I am doing better. I mean, there's no miracle cure, that's for sure. They still don't even really know what's wrong with me. But because I made an adjustment to my own medications, I have made my situation a lot better. I have not had one of those serious attacks for over a week. The last one I had, they seriously thought I was going to die. They couldn't get my heart rhythm straightened around. Everything was just crazy. And the next day, I just took a whole different approach. And ever since I took that approach, which basically involves the exact same medications, I'm just taking them at a different time and a different time span. I wake myself up on purpose so that I can take this regimen every 6 hours. As long as I take this combination every 6 hours, the only thing I have is a dull headache. I don't have all the rest of the bad stuff. I do have to go back next week for 2 more MRIs. I'm hoping they find something on the ones they did yesterday, which were yesterday with the brain scans. So I'm hoping they can find some neurological reason for this. I think it has to do with my neck injury. I think because I had something similar a couple of years ago where one of my nerves was actually it was swollen and it was pushing up against my spinal cord. So I'm hoping that they find something with these tests, but regardless, I cannot stay in a place where I have to drive 100 to 200 miles every time I need to see a doctor. So we are working hard on getting the motorhome lined up. I don't know if you saw the picture of the motorhome, but we have it. It's an hour away. The main thing I need now is the money for the title, the tag, the insurance, and of course gas money. And there are going to be some things that are going to have to be adjusted, but this is of all the motorhomes I have looked at, this is definitely the best one. I have faith in this one, and I have faith in the people that I'm buying it from. So we will be starting the auctions probably Friday. And like I said, I'm going to be selling pretty much everything I own because it does me no good to own stuff if I'm dead. You know, my health is more important than any of this other stuff. And so tomorrow, I don't have any more medical procedures this week, which means tomorrow I can work on nothing but auction stuff. And I will be putting out an announcement when they're going to start. And I am also still doing my early morning show, which is called That Was the News with Susie Smart. Anyway, before I go, here's the different ways you can donate. And yeah, thank you for the thumbs down. I hope you get sick someday and need help too. And I really don't. I don't want anybody to be sick like I am. It's horrible. So anyway, Pinned at the top is the link for the GoFundMe. And then we also have a PayPal link. We also have the Cash App link, which is something new. If you are interested in trying to make a donation, I think I'm gonna go make some macaroni and cheese. Mikey came in and started talking about that mac and cheese, made me hungry. I know I'm up against some big shows right now, so I didn't expect to see a whole lot of people, but anyway, that's what's happening, and I am trying very hard to get the money raised. Now, you cannot go by the amount that is listed on GoFundMe because money has come in from other ways. 1,300 came from the fundraiser that the Coin Crew did, and other people have sent money. John Jacobs, Paul, I'm babbling now. Paul's Spare Time, they did a little something. Rob Finds Treasure sent $100. I mean, people are helping. I'm trying to get this where I can get to Michigan and get settled before it gets cold, and I can get into the programs that I need to get into before my health gets really bad. I'm hopeful that by getting into those programs, my health won't get bad. When I was up there was a point at which, when I first got there, that I was within 2 or 3 weeks of being in a wheelchair. And I got into a program at one of the institutes up there, and within 2 months, I wasn't even using a cane anymore. I wasn't using a walker. I wasn't using a wheelchair. I was motoring on my own. I was able to drive a car again. So I have great faith in the medical treatment that I can receive there. I just have to get myself there. And I have talked to 2 of the doctors who have said, absolutely, come back. We have space in our program for you. So that is the purpose. And I can still do my show from there. I can still metal detect from there. And I can still do I have a lot more support up there. So that's what we're aiming for. I will try to find the missing book tomorrow, and I will get some of the auction stuff lined up, and we may start auctioning off the coin stuff on Friday. It just depends. I was kind of looking at doing it on Sunday because Coin Crew usually does a Sunday auction, but they're not doing one this week. So I don't know if it's behind the desk or not, Mikey. I'm not strong enough to move the desk. It's quite possible that it is. But I'm gonna have to get my niece or someone else to make that search. That's where it was the last time. But this time, the fire department came. There was a chemical spill in the building, and they opened all our screens, and I had to lock M3 up, and they pulled all the screens out, and I don't think they were very tidy about how they did that, so it probably is behind the shelf. Anyway, I just want to let everybody know as long as they will let me stay on this regimen of drugs, I should be in pretty good shape and I should be able to do my shows. I've been trying to build my strength back up by walking more, and because I really want to go metal detecting. And my nieces and nephews want to go metal detecting, and so today I actually went, I drove my car to the Dollar Tree and the Hobby Lobby and the bank and McDonald's and the car wash. So I had a pretty active day. And then I came home and painted some things. So if they will just let me stay with this drug regimen, I should be okay until I get to Michigan and get into the programs there that they believe will fix the problem. So I'm going to go make mac and cheese. Y'all go watch whoever's on, which I think might be Rob Finds Treasure, Coin Crew. This used to be my metal detecting showtime. I am going to shift the quarters back to Monday night. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to McHammer for sure. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll talk to him. So anyway, I'm going to try to shift at least get my Monday night show going again. And I'm going to move my early morning show. I have been doing it very early because that's the way my drug regimen was set up. But since I'm running my own regimen now, I think I'm going to start moving that show to about 10 o'clock, which would make it after Ida Herring. So I'm going to see how that works. I haven't made that final decision yet, but it sounds like a good idea. So I'm going to go. Thank you guys for stopping by. Please let people know I am doing my shows again. And I have some people here. I have like 4 prizes that have been sitting here for a while that I haven't mailed. One of them, I got a problem. I can't mail it. The person that won it lives in England, and they will not let me send the package. So I'm thinking I'm just going to send him some money by way of PayPal or something and do that prize over again to someone who is within the United States. That was my mistake. I did not emphasize that you needed to be in the United States to win, so I kind of screwed that one up. That was one of the last shows I did. Larry Powell, there's my sweetheart. Larry, I'm down to 189. down to 189. And while I'm not doing the exact same diet you are, I am doing the proportion thing. My problem was always, hey, there's still room on the plate. So I am doing the proportion. I have my bowl that holds a cup. I have a plastic cup and I measure it. And the proportion thing has worked well for me because, like I said, you give me a big plate and there's still room around the edge. Oh, Susie was going to fill that space. So now if I've only got one cup, I fill that one cup space. And it's working out well for me. And I owe that to you because I started watching how you were doing your proportions and everything. So I'm going to go fix me something to eat and go to bed because I have had 3 days, 2 days where they just bent, fold, spindled, and mutilated me at the hospitals in all these different tests. I described it to my niece as the recovery was Bed Bath and Beyond, and I still haven't fully recovered from it. So I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to take my meds, get some rest, and start in on this auction stuff. Start getting it organized so that I think I can start selling stuff on Friday. And I will let everybody know. Like I said, I'm thinking Sunday for the most of the coin stuff because I have a lot of it to sort through. But I have some other things to sell. I have handcrafted jewelry. I have a lot of stuff that has to go. So I appreciate every one of you stopping by. Like I said, please let people know that I am doing shows on a limited basis. I have not thrown in the towel. I've had a number of people say that they heard I wasn't going to do any more shows, and that's not true. I'm going to keep doing shows until God says I can't do anymore. So with that, yes, absolutely. Raid spray can. I love me some spray can. So I'm going to go make my food, and then you'll probably see me over at Spray Can for a few minutes because I love Spray Can. So yes, Raid Spray Can. Tell them I sent you. Tell them I'll be there as soon as my dinner's ready. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye.